following Answers for Elders podcast features author, innovator, Alzheimer's and dementia family coach, Faith Marshall. So you're obviously running into families. I know I've been talking to so many people right now that have, had long absences from their loved ones, and maybe they do have dementia or whatever. It's like, there's obviously times where now families are starting to see new things or new developments with their loved ones, especially because they've been apart.
Yeah.
What are some of kind of the things that you're finding?
Everyone is just like all of us. We have dealt with this last year differently.
Mm-hmm.
Your situation has been different. You may have been home. You may have been able to work. You may have had to work.
Very true.
And your loved one is either with you at your home or their home, or they're in a facility that you haven't been able to visit them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. There's so much unknown. We're excited about getting out. We're excited about connecting with people.
Mm-hmm.
But I always had that fear. Is mom going to remember me? And I can just imagine that same fear that people are feeling now, even though you've been FaceTiming or telephoning or even standing outside of the window at their facility where they've been cared for and very safe and secure.
Sure.
But you don't know how they're going to react to you when you see them physically.
Sure.
And I would just want to run in and give mom a big hug.
True.
And that would be my plan A, but my plan B should be to kind of get a feel for how she's going to respond to seeing me, if there's going to be fear in her eyes, or it's just a baby step journey on that reacquaintance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's what you're saying is like, you meet people where they are. And I think a lot of times, whether mom or dad have been at home or if they've been in a community, their experience may very well likely is different than yours.
Yes.
Through this last year, a lot of them haven't left their homes, and other than, for a rare situation to get a vaccine or something like that, in a year.
Yeah.
And I know for me, and I've talked about this in other segments, just since I'm in the clear and fully vaccinated now, I've been able to go into the grocery store for the first time in like a year. Before I had my groceries, delivered to me, or I'd go pick them up in the parking lot, one of those situations. And so even walking in the grocery store, it's like there's this overwhelming bit of stimulus that you're not used to.
Right.
And I can only imagine with a senior that has dementia or Alzheimer's, how would that affect them in that way?
It's really a mystery, because it depends on what stage they're at and whether they've energetically picked up on all of this fear that, it's having to stay in their room. They can't go in the cafeteria. They can't socialize with the others in the nursing home. So I think all of us are kind of stepping through a sense of fear that has been programmed in us, and having that, not knowing whether this is safe. So that's why I say that you kind of have to meet them where they are, like you said, and get a gauge for where they're at. Some of us, when you get into a family situation, it's like it all comes back to us. And we start to, take our masks off with the family and feel comfortable again, but you don't know how they're going to react, because we've all been programmed for safety, and whether they're retaining that or not is a little bit of a mystery. So it's just baby steps, really.
Absolutely. And obviously for hypnosis, when you use the term hypnosis, there's a lot of ways in which we're subconsciously already being hypnotized as human beings, correct?
Yes.
So what you're basically doing is reformatting the pattern within the brain. Is that kind of how I'm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, if a senior has been cooped up, or there's a lot of innate fears, it's like bringing back things from the past, especially with the dementia, that can be very helpful.
Yeah. I love to use music as grounding. It's like the brain has a memory of music that has nothing to do with dementia or where you're at. A song can bring them back and bring them joy. And that's just a wonderful, beautiful way to remember the fun times.
Right.
And bring that up for them.
Well, and I certainly am excited to explore this topic with you for this hour as we're conversing here. And in the meantime, Faith, I know for you, tell us a little bit, we have about 1 minute. Tell us a little bit about Awakenings Hypnosis and Coaching, and how do we reach you?
My website is awakeningshypnosisandcoaching.com. And there's a way on there just to schedule a call with me that's a complimentary call, or even to attend one of my first week of the month group calls that are free, where you can meet others and learn about hypnosis and coaching and how it might help your family.
Well, that would be great. And certainly, Faith, for everyone that is with us, it's like, I know that the word hypnosis can be scary, but I will tell you that there's a lot of positive things about what it can do for you. And there are all kinds of breakthroughs that are happening every day. And certainly I'm open to learning more in this hour. And so Faith is going to be with us. So again, how do we reach you?
awakeningshypnosisandcoaching.com, or my author's website is faithmarshall.com.
Perfect. And Faith will be right back, everyone, right after this.
We would like to thank you for joining us in this podcast. Faith is here to support you and your family on this journey. She will help you to come together in harmony, creating the best team in advocating for your loved one's care. So call Faith at 855-363-2484 to receive a $200 gift card just by mentioning that you've heard these podcasts. Again, that number is 855-363-2484. And guess what? That spells FAITH, 855-3-FAITH.